The 70s weren't just disco balls and bell-bottoms. Somewhere between glitter and groove, music got dark. We're talking haunted riffs, unholy lyrics, and stories that'll make your skin crawl. Songs that didn't just play, they lingered. So light a candle. Or maybe don't. We're counting down the 7 darkest classics of the 70s, the ones that gave rock its shadow. Number 7. Black Dog, Led Zeppelin, 1971. At first listen, it's just a bluesy burner with swagger. But this track, it came from frustration. Real, messy, human frustration. While recording Led Zeppelin 4 at an old English estate called Headley Grange, the band noticed a stray black Labrador wandering around the studio grounds. It didn't belong to anyone. It just showed up, watched, waited, vanished. Robert Plant found it oddly symbolic. This silent, hungry presence. It reminded him of lust, of desire that shows up, ruins everything, and leaves you chasing ghosts. It's not romance, it's burnout, obsession. And the rhythm? Completely unpredictable. The band wrote it to confuse you, like love, like lust, like being strung along. Number 6. Gimme Shelter. The Rolling Stones, 1969, but haunted the 70s. A storm was coming, and the Stones felt it first. While Keith Richards laid down that ghostly riff, he was watching his relationship fall apart. Mick Jagger was tangled in a toxic affair. The band was addicted, exhausted, and paranoid. Brian Jones, their founding member, was spiraling, barely present in the studio, drowning in drugs and delusions. He would be found dead in a swimming pool just weeks after the song was released. Then came the Altamont Free concert. The Stones played Gimme Shelter live while a man was stabbed to death in the crowd by the Hells Angels hired as security. The band didn't even realize it had happened until after. It was a prophecy. After Gimme Shelter, the Stones weren't the same. Neither was rock and roll. The 70s weren't just wild, they were wired. And hey, if one of these tracks already gave you chills, drop a like or comment. Which one haunted you first? Because we're only getting deeper. Number 5. Smoke on the Water, Deep Purple, 1972. This song tells a true story, and it starts with Frank Zappa. Deep Purple was in Montreux, Switzerland, getting ready to record an album. Across the lake, Zappa was playing a show at the local casino. Then, in the middle of the concert, someone in the crowd pulled out a flare gun. The shot hit the ceiling. The venue, packed with people, went up in flames. The casino burned to the ground right there on the water's edge. And Deep Purple? They were watching it happen from across Lake Geneva. Smoke rolled out across the sky, spreading over the water like a funeral veil. The band lost their studio, lost their gear, and almost lost their lives. But they salvaged one thing: this song. Number 4, Heroes, David Bowie, 1977.
I wish I could swim.
On the surface, it's a love anthem. But listen closer, this isn't just love, it's defiance. Bowie wrote it about his producer Tony Visconti, who shared a forbidden kiss with his lover right near the Berlin Wall. Two lovers, one from East Berlin and the other from the West. They weren't supposed to be there. They weren't supposed to feel that free. But they did. And Bowie turned that moment into a masterpiece. Bittersweet, aching, immortal. We could be heroes, just for one day. If a song ever made your heartbreak feel cinematic, hit that like button. And subscribe to our channel. Let's give Bowie the slow clap he deserves. Because now it's time to get even darker. Number 3, American Pie, Don McLean, 1971.
I knew I was out of luck the day the new.
Beneath the sing-along choruses and nostalgic rhythm lies a national eulogy for the day the music died. On February 3, 1959, a plane crashed in Iowa during a snowstorm. On board were 3 rising stars of early rock and roll: Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, the Big Bopper. All killed instantly. No one over the age of 40 ever forgot that date. And Don McLean, he was just a paperboy.
I started singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie, drove my Chevy.
He found out while delivering newspapers. Folded into his cold hands was a headline that shattered his world: Buddy Holly dead in plane crash. That moment haunted him. For over a decade, it stayed buried. Then came American Pie. 8.5 minutes of grief disguised as poetry, unraveling the collapse of innocence, faith, and music. He wasn't just mourning the singers, he was mourning the soul of a generation. Number 2, Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd, 1975.
So you think you could tell heaven from hell?
This isn't just a song, it's a eulogy for someone who wasn't dead, just lost. Syd Barrett, the original frontman and creative spark behind Pink Floyd, was a genius until LSD and the weight of sudden fame pulled his mind apart. He would show up to gigs and forget how to play, stare at the wall for hours, speak in riddles. The band had no choice, they had to let him go. And then they wrote Wish You Were Here as a goodbye letter to someone still technically breathing.
Hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool.
But the darkest moment, it came during the actual recording.
How I wish you were here.
Out of nowhere, Syd Barrett walked into the studio, shaved head, bloated, eyes empty. No one recognized him at first, not even his closest friends. He just stood there while they played Shine on You Crazy Diamond, a song about him. When someone finally realized it was Syd, the room fell silent. The band cried. He left without saying much. They never saw him again. Number 1, Hotel California, Eagles, 1976. Don Henley called it a story about the dark underbelly of the American dream. But behind those words was a band drowning in excess, fame, drugs, ego, and everything LA promised but never delivered. The Eagles had made it. Big. But backstage, they were falling apart. Cocaine-lined mirrors, contracts signed in hangovers, and all around them, the music industry sucking people in, chewing them up, and spitting out what was left. The guitars lull you in like a dream. But the lyrics, they lock the door behind you. And suddenly, California feels more like a gilded cage.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
So yeah, the 70s gave us songs that went darker than most people ever noticed.